Zwift racing is all about managing your effort. But what if you could see your power in real time, not just on the screen, but as a dynamic light display? In this video, I'll show you how I built a smart lamp that reacts to my power output, giving instant feedback during training and racing. While commercial spinning bikes have built-in visual cues to display the power zone of the rider, the digital racing community on Zwift still lacks this feedback. Today I'm solving that problem by creating a lamp that not only syncs with your power trainer, but also provides a vivid, immediate display of your cycling effort. At the heart of this project is an ESP32 MIDI, which provides Bluetooth Low Energy functionality to communicate with the power trainer. The rotary encoder is directly mounted on the PCB. It is used to navigate the menu and set the FTP value. A level shifter is required to convert the voltage of the ESP to the 5V logic voltage of the Neopixels. Using a custom PCB saves time and ensures reliable connections. No need to hand solder every wire like on a prototype board. I start with the ESP, then the rotary encoder for menu control. Next is the level shifter for the Neopixels. And finally the header pins for easy to pour connections. With everything sorted, the core electrics are ready. Before assembling everything, I prepare the OLED display and Neopixel strip with DuPont connectors. This is my first time using these connectors and they make a good impression. Quick to install and easy to swap components if needed. Attaching the temperature and humidity sensor requires some patience. The screws are really small and the mounting isn't ideal, which makes handling a bit fiddly. But with some care, it's securely in place and ready to go. To create sturdy mounting points, I'm using threaded inserts. They provide a strong and reliable way to secure the components inside the case. With the inserts in place, I mount the PCB and fasten it securely. Finally, the OLED display is attached to the lid, completing the main assembly. With everything assembled, the lamp is complete. The components fit neatly together and the aluminum profile is placed on the lid. Let's look at the lamp in use. As I start pedaling, the lamp turns on in white, indicating zone 1. Let's fast forward a bit. Now in the middle of zone 2, the light has shifted to blue. As I push harder, moving between zones 2 and 3, you can see the colors blend smoothly, reflecting the changing intensity. Near the end of the ramp, the power is high and the effort is in the red zone. Moving even higher, the light turns purple and sparks start to appear, adding a dynamic effect. Once I ease off and the power drops, the light gradually fades back to white, signaling zone 1 again. After the ramp, there's a short recovery in zone 1 where the lamp stays white. But as the sprint segment begins, the color quickly ramps up from the bottom to the top, reflecting the sudden increase in power. Finally, there's a short zone 1 recovery before I step back through the zones, starting from zone 4 down to zone 2. The light adjusts seamlessly, reflecting each change in intensity. With the workout done, let's take a look at the startup process of the lamp and how the menu navigation works. On the first startup, all pixels light up in random colors. Pressing the encoder opens the menu where a power trainer can be connected by scanning for devices and selecting the correct one. The lamp then subscribes to the power characteristic of the trainer. After that, the FTP value can be adjusted to match the individual power metrics of the rider. Finally, the brightness can be adjusted with the default set to 50%. As you make changes, the lamp provides a preview of all the zone colors, making it easy to find the right setting. Navigating to the main page, the first screen displays temperature and humidity data with the connection status shown on the top right corner. The second page shows the current power output, while the third page displays the device Bluetooth name and address. To test the functionality, you can open the power page and turn the bike's cranks. This will display the power reading and activate the lamp. In the Advanced Settings menu, the zone percentages can be adjusted, along with the filter and spark constants. A higher filter constant makes color changes faster but less smooth, while a higher spark constant increases the number of sparks during sprints. There's also an option to reset the lamp to its default settings. Once connected to the power trainer, the lamp works reliably as long as it stays powered on. However, the encoder is very basic, making menu navigation a bit tricky. While the lamp is designed to reconnect automatically, this doesn't always work, so ideally it should stay connected to the trainer at all times. The code, PCB design, and casing files are available on Github. Check the link in the description. To wrap things up, here's a highlight video of a Zwift race showing the lamp in action during different race situations. On paper, this is a group ride, but with every Zwift ride, it quickly turns into a race. At the start, it's crucial to push hard and make sure you're in the front group. Falling behind early can make it hard to catch up. Every pedal stroll counts in the beginning as you fight for position and aim to stay with the leaders. After the initial push, the pace starts to slow down as the race settles in. The first half of the race is relatively flat with only a few small ramps. This is where a breakaway could be formed, but it's a risky move. The real test comes in the second half, where the hard ascent awaits. Most likely, that's where the race will be decided. This is where the strongest riders will separate themselves from the group. Even though a breakaway is unlikely, the ramps are still pushed hard. As the power increases, the feedback from the lamp is immediate. The color shifts from green to purple, with sparks lighting up the lamp, reflecting the effort. It's a clear visual cue of the intensity, helping to track the effort and keep pushing through these challenging sections. After the ramp, as we hit the downhill, the pace slows down again. The color shifts from yellow to blue, signaling the reduced effort. The group has thinned out, and it's clear that pushing hard earlier has paid off. Now it's about conserving energy and staying in the race. At this point we were in zone 2 for the last few minutes, and a small ascent is just ahead. I can see some riders pushing hard at the front, so I start moving up too, hoping to be part of the breakaway if it succeeds. The breakaway didn't succeed, so I would use my power again. At this point, there are no more opportunities to push before the big ascent. It's time to conserve energy and prepare for the final climb, where the race will truly be decided. Another rider tries to break away, so I follow him, hoping to increase my chances on the ascent. But just like the previous attempt, this attack doesn't stick either. As we're starting the climb, we are in a group of about 16 riders. By the time we arrive at the top, only 6 of us will be left. As the power increases, my main goal is to stay with the front group and make it to the summit. Climb is mostly a steady-state effort in Zone 4. The real challenge with this course comes right after the official peak. Just before the downhill, there's a second steep ramp with gradients up to 10%. If you lose the group here and aren't with the others, you won't get any draft. So right after the climb, you need to be prepared for a sprint to avoid being dropped. The downhill was relatively uneventful, though I had to push a few times to stay in draft. The last crucial part of the course comes 2k before the finish, a brutal ramp out of the tunnel with gradients reaching 15%. This is where I got dropped and had to finish the race solo. In the end, I secured 6th place, which is a great result for me. Throughout the race, the lamp stayed connected to the power trainer and responded instantly to my effort. The colors and light effects looked even better in person, making a great visual cue for pacing. If you're interested in building one yourself, check out my Github page, the link is in the description. And thanks for watching.